G'day guys, my name is Lord Tomo. Welcome again to another Sonic the Hedgehog tie item collector review. As you know, I'm Lord Tomo with the blue sticker, good old Sonic the Hedgehog. Let's get into the actual review because there's quite a few to cover actually. This is none other than the legendary, not really, Knuckles the Echidna from the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, both the game, comic, and every conceivable merchandise you could ever think of. Now there are 5 in the set, and opposed for me doing a review on all 5 in one video, I'm going to do one at a time. So this is the first of 5, of course. So let's get into it. Let's get straight into it. This is, as we mentioned, Knuckles the Echidna, and it's a set of 5 plushies. As you can see from the actual bottom there, it is essentially just Amy, Rose, Tails, Knuckles, Sonic, and Shadows. As you can see there, collection, collect us all, woo! And we'll go through the actual tag because there's a little blurb to it. There's a little tag there, and I'm not too sure if my camera is going to basically pick it up, but essentially there's a blurb that has all of, you know, Knuckles the Echidna's BIOS, his height, his weight. Surprise, surprise, he's actually 40 kilograms, and his age is 16. Cool. Now this was, or more or less released as a prize, as far as I'm aware, by Sega Prize Europe. I'll show you the tag there as well. Sega Prize Europe. So I'm probably going to call this Knuckles the Echidna by Sega Prize Europe plush review, which I think is exceptionally awesome. Now for those of you who don't know, I'm not a huge plushie collectors out there. If you're more predominantly just looking for plushies, reviews of Sonic merchandise, I'm sure there's many other channels that I'm aware of as well, and unfortunately I just don't have many. I'm very selective in the terms of plushies that I get, because there are some that are just, I'll be honest, crap, and for the most part there are some that are actually pretty good, which is this series. Now what makes this one in particular done is essentially everything and every fine detail you could ever think about it. This is how plushies should be done in terms of any real, I guess, merchandise out there. As far as I'm aware, I just collect Sonic plushies. That's as far as I get, really. You have his beautiful, gorgeous face. Ooh, that sounded a bit on the weird side. You have his purple eyes, so this is obviously pays homage to modern Knuckles the Echidna, not necessarily the old school, because the old school had black eyes. You had his little nose, you have his smirk, which is awesome, the war stitch. Every single plushie, I've yet to find one of this series, all the stitching is done perfectly, and what made it more, takes it to a new level, is just the extrusion of the actual plushie itself. By that I mean, take his eyes for instance, his eyelids here. You can see how it's not just flat, it's actually extrudes out, which takes, you know, I don't know, I could be wrong, it takes a level of skill to do, and means that they've actually done to an extent a level of care in terms of creating this. Awesome that, awesome that. Of course you can see all the like lines of all the stitches, just to show you how well done. At the far back you have all his dreadlocks, all individual. You can see that from the back. Awesome. This is one of my favorite plushes of the series. I like them all individually, but you have all his dreads. You have his tail, legendary. My only slight nitpick, which it shouldn't be, but he doesn't have enough stuffing at the back of his tail, which I'm sure if I, you know, pump out the stuffing out of his butt into his tail, it's going to work perfectly fine. You have his arm, which is quite prominent on both things. You have his fist. Once again, little knuckles, because his knuckles extrude out, that's why his name is Knuckles. Trivia for those who may not know anything about Sonic the Hedgehog and his characters: you have him in his clenched fist. You could argue that it doesn't look 100%, but at the same time it does justice. You have his little gloves there. Like I said, these plush series, for the finer details, is exceptionally phenomenal. I cannot find anything bad in particular with the Knuckles one anyway. For the other ones neither as well. You have his chest as well. As far as I'm aware, his chest isn't necessarily pushed out, if that makes sense. Like it's kind of not pushed out, but it's kind of like, it feels like there's like a layer on top of it. As far as I'm aware, it's not actually meant to be like that, but you know what, it adds character to this plushie and I actually love it. Posability, I don't even know why I'm bringing this up. All his arms pretty much move and his legs. Oh, which brings me to the next point. I shouldn't be necessarily talking about this, but man, it's just, these plushies are just phenomenal. And if, for those who are just want to collect one series of plushies for Sonic related, get this series. This series literally is awesome. You can check out the other ones when I'm upload them and show them. You have his like socks, if you can call it that. Very, very done, fine details. This is not cheaply made. The only small nitpick is his little his his little stitchings, or where his shoes meant to be get tied up, is just literally just a tough out there, but you know what, as character I have absolutely no issue. Every single button is stitched on, awesome. They're not like stickers, which is great. Of course, if you want to, you know, really get nitpicky, you can say that this is just a green little sock, it's not connected to the shoe, my life is over, blah blah. But you know what, don't complain about that. His details of his shoes is phenomenal as well. They even put him like a little cardboard at the bottom. This does not stand by itself, but the fact that they even went out of the way to put that over there is once again absolutely phenomenal. As a whole, this plushie, the Knuckles one and every other one, is absolutely great. I highly recommend it. It's not expensive. I got the whole set for about 130, 150 thereabouts, everything including shipping, which is great. I got this like last year. It took me a while to review it simply because I really couldn't be bothered, to be honest. I should have, because I love these. There's no real you know, there's absolutely no negative thing I could say about this whatsoever. This is phenomenal. I had this on display with my other five. I guess if you really want to argue a negative side, I would have preferred the tag itself to be in his butt over here, realistically speaking. But I'm not going to complain. This is absolutely adorable. As for what it is Knuckles in the most adorable way you could ever conceive, being awesome. How much I get it? I said it was about 130. Let's go West Coast scenario, 150, and there was about 5 in the set, so let's about 30 bucks. 30 bucks you're getting, and you know what, for the quality and just the absolute superbness of it, it's definitely worth its weight in gold. I have absolutely no issue whatsoever in, you know, wasting this money, or recommend anybody doing the same thing, because it's actually not a waste of money. It is absolutely. Put his dreads at the front. See how mad that looks? It looks so awesome. But yeah, when I got it, obviously I never got this in Australia, sad as that may sound. Oh look, he's actually standing now. Looks way better standing. Hello. So yeah, I got this from eBay. No surprises there. Most of the stuff that comes from Europe that I want to buy here in Australia, unfortunately, has to come from Amazon or eBay. I got this from eBay, as I said. It's definitely worth getting. Rarity, look, I do see them pop up. It's not like super hard to get, so it's definitely good to basically just shop around online and all that sort of stuff. So I'll probably give it maybe 2 stars out of 10. I'm forecasting this to possibly be really rare in the future, of course, just based on its entirety, but it's definitely a set it's worth getting. Anyway guys, let me know what you think of this plushie. If you hate it, you like it, you dislike it, any recommendation. Anyway guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. There are going to be the consecutive ones on the actual tag, so stay tuned, speed on, and take care.